maybe. We'll see.
All right. Well, they're welcome if they want to.
Yeah, they need to.
Okay.
They left something in the training room.
Okay.
Last night, we got in about 11 last night.
Did you get any snow in Nashville? Or
Yeah.
ice or triple
Yeah,
control?
we got some snow. It was good.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Boys old enough to shovel yet?
Yeah, we did. We made it a shoveling snow from the driveway was we made some game out of it. They didn't realize that they were shoveling on it. I was just like, yeah, it's great.
Smart, smart.
Sonny, can you take us through the conversations with Mo when he asked if you wanted to be a part of this, and he said, you know, you dove in, you wanted to stay here and be a part of it?
Yeah, I mean, I meant it when I said it last year or a year and a half ago at this point about
You guys want to sit with Dad? You can go if you want.
about us wanting to be here. So yeah, I mean that was kind of a part of it that kind of stayed. Is like, hey, we still do want to be here. There's still a lot of really talented players on the team, on the current roster. And then if you're looking at, you know, within this division, you know, there's not a complete standout team. There's a lot of really good quality baseball teams, but not one that you say is above and beyond one of the other ones. And you know, I just I had 2 years left. I still have 2 years left on my current contract, and we signed, and we had last year of kind of like understanding and learning the organization and the people within it and how it operates. And now, you know, I just wanted to, I didn't want to go anywhere. And, you know, I understand the whole, I don't know if you call it a rebuild or retooling or restructuring or whatever. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And I enjoy working with younger players and younger guys. So I look forward to doing that. Yeah, so we'll just kind of see what happens. But as of now, this is still where I want to be.
Sonny, a lot of times, you know, especially guys at age or a certain point in their career, it seems like guys want to chase in a situation where they know playing off to be able to be for championship. It seems like that's the thing that guys sometimes chase for. Why is that maybe a different mindset for you, or especially when Mo said you would open the door? It would have been easy probably for a little bit of interest.
Yeah. Winning is still it's still the reason that I play this game. I'm not 100% sold still that we can't win here. I know it may look different and it may sound different and it may not be as what it's looked like in the past here, as far as signing a whole bunch of veteran guys and kind of doing it that way. But I've also been on teams that have won, that have done it a different way. So I've seen it that way. I'm not completely sold that I'm not sold that we can't win here. Even, I mean, if you look at the talent, especially on the position player side, the young talent, you know, those guys have to, in my opinion, those guys have to take it over. You know, it turns into, it's their clubhouse now. It's their team, and we as older guys, me and myself, and whoever is here, you know, I think it's our job to lead them and to mentor them, but to let them spread their wings and let them fly and kind of, like I said, let them take it over. Because the way I see it, it's their team, it's their locker room. You know, as a veteran guy that will be around, it's more of a guidance role and help them out. But there's so much talent within those young players. So yeah, I do want to win. I do want to win, and I think I still have really good baseball in front of me personally, individually. I know I can still compete at the highest level. I know I can. I know and I believe I'm still one of the best pitchers in baseball. I don't feel like I am slowing down. I still feel like I'm in a really, really good window and a really, really good spot to go out and compete at a very, very high level. But I will say winning is very important to me. So we'll see. We'll see kind of how it all plays out. But this is, as of right now, this is still where I want to be.
Have you been in other situations where you've seen that sort of play out, where a group of young guys all kind of gets that opportunity to spread their wings, as you said, and that can almost be an energizing factor when they can take some ownership over this team's kind of going to go as far as our young group is going to lead? Can that be an energizing thing that produces for young players?
Yeah, and what it ends up doing is it energizes and it energizes and throws energy into everyone, the older guys included. You see the young guys, you know, that's just kind of, it throws energy into everyone. But you can't have them walking around on eggshells. You can't have young guys walking around on eggshells, because then it does no good for anyone. That's what I believe, at least. So they have to be, the young guys that are here and that are going to get a chance to play and going to get a chance to perform, they've got to, they have to take ownership in that, and I think they will. But that's how it has to work.
Were you surprised by where they landed? As the year is going on, you all have a sense of maybe this could break in a certain direction in the winter, or when it happened, were you like, wow, I didn't think that was going to be a situation?
As
in terms of, the phrase they use is reset, right? Let me hit that button, letting guys walk, not adding a lot, right? Did that come as a surprise to you, or did you see, I don't know?
It doesn't shock me now that I've been here for a year and I've seen and I've seen it firsthand. It doesn't shock me coming into it as a free agent and kind of looking at it from the outside in. It was, you know, not something that I anticipated happening, not something that was told to me that was going to happen. It was more of a re-sign this guy, get this guy, do this, do that. But then having been here and having seen how it plays out and seeing and learning the organization better, it's not shocking. In my opinion, it is needed. So yeah, it's not what I thought originally, but I do understand it from an organization standpoint.
What were some of those things that you saw that took the shock out of it? What did you see when you were in your organization? You know, okay, yeah, I see where they're coming from.
I just think that the way that the game has changed and adapted, and the way that basically that it's if you get caught in as a team, if you get caught in a middle area, if you kind of get caught in the middle, and do you have a direction that you're truly pursuing, or that you're truly going after? So I guess that is like, if you get caught in the middle, what direction are you going? I believe you have to pick a direction, and you have to wholeheartedly believe in that direction, and you have to go for it. I don't think you can try to go in one direction, but also be trying to go in another direction at the same time. I think that's what ultimately leads you in the middle. So I think that probably try to prevent yourself from staying in the middle. You gotta do something. You gotta believe in it. You gotta go for it.
When Mo kind of talked to you about the way things were going to go, did you have to think about it, or for you was it kind of instantly? He's like, okay, I'm here. What do I do from here?
We thought about it, and we talked about it, and you know, but you still didn't know, right? You knew, but you didn't know, and you still ultimately you don't know, right? But we processed a lot, and we thought about a lot, and we tried to think of, okay, what's the best thing for me as a professional and as a player? What's going to be the best for us as we move forward? There's a lot of factors that do go into it, I would say. But being comfortable here, being happy here, you know, and then I have talked to a lot of the older guys who were in similar situations as me, and we had discussions about everything, and ultimately everyone's that's in our position is looking to try to make the best decision for themselves. And yeah, I mean, I just think that this was the best one for me, and I don't think that I'm still not sold that we can't win with the retooling aspect of it. Is that what it's called?
We're saying reset.
Resetting.
Refilling the you can call it retool.
Yeah. I'm still not sold on that. But a lot of things go into it that we're probably not going to talk about today. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to coming back and to working with the guys that are on the team and the coaches and everyone, and it's just the decision that we made for now.
So as you were talking there, you said that as you got to know the organization better, you saw things that they needed to do, that some of this was necessary. What did you see, and if that stuff is done, does that make the organization better?
From my understanding is the resetting is correct me if I'm wrong, it's like it's allocating money to maybe not as much as the active big league roster, but throughout the organization as a whole.
Yeah. The heavy emphasis on pitching development.
Then I would say
Kind of
yes.
modernize it,
Then I would say yes. I think that need to do is a word, you know, you tell someone what they need to do or this and that, but in my opinion, I think it is something that will be beneficial to the organization as a whole for the next 10 years, yes.
How transparent was Mo with you? Because I mean, you're still trying to trade Nolan, and that changes how your team works. I mean, maybe even how you go about winning. Arenado's here versus if he's not.
I love Nolan. He was nothing but he has been nothing but great to me and great to my boys. And having said that, if it works out and Nolan gets traded and it's a situation that works for him, then I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he goes, and if he gets traded, I hope he goes to a situation or to a team that he's happy to be on and has success, and maybe plays or competes for a World Series. If he's here, nothing would make me happier to continue to get to know him and learn from him and talk to him and just be around him. I don't know how that plays out, but whatever ends up happening with that, I just wish nothing but the best for him as a person, as a friend, and whether he's here or not here doesn't change my opinion on whether we can win or not.
Sonny, you've said this multiple times now that you're not 100% sold that this team can't win here this year. How much of that is the foundation that was already established last year? I mean, whether or not Nolan stays, it looks like it's going to be a pretty, the roster is going to be very similar to last year.
Just as far as the talent, I would say, the talent is the young guys. Obviously, you would have to have guys step up and take a next step. But whether that happens the first month of the season or the second month or the third month, I think you can't panic about that, because the whole idea of it is to let them play and let them figure it out. And that doesn't happen overnight for everyone. Some guys it does. But in order for us to win, I do think that you're going to have some guys continue to take the next step. Maybe have a guy or two that you're not anticipating being an everyday player or batting in the middle of the lineup, or you may have one or two of those guys that turn into an all-star that you weren't thinking that, oh, that guy wasn't who I thought would be an all-star. So you are going to have one or two guys who you're thinking could contribute to actually do that, turn into an all-star type player, which talent-wise could happen. Yeah, and I think pitching-wise, I think we took major strides last year, and I think we definitely can continue to do that again. So yeah, I think you're just going to have a few guys step up, but who's to say that's not going to happen?
Sonny, are you in your mind, when you're sort of do what you want to do, are you sort of gauging where you feel like there might be room for that with some of the guys in the roster? Also, like assessing, like, yeah, I think there's guys here who can make that sort of jump. You can, make this thing forward, and you're making that part of the calculation.
Yes and no, because like I said, you don't know who that is. I do think that position player wise, there is. I mean, the talent is. There is the talent. Yes, it is young, and yes, you don't know if that'll happen this year, next year, or at all. But it could. And no, I mean that. The decision was pretty easy for me, because I just wanted to be back here for this year. Whether that stays that way or not, I don't know. But where I sit right now, and going through the end of the season last year and going through this off season, that is ultimately what I wanted to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, whether that changes or not, to be determined. But as of right now, this is just still the best spot for us.
Sonny, one of the changes that Collins talked about is Wilson moving to first base, and that top series, Pedro and Yvonne is kind of a dual time play. When it comes to Pedro and Yvonne, what was the experience like working with them, and just kind of seeing their growth at the individual level?
I thought they were both great. I think they are a very nice complement of each other, because their skill sets are different, their personalities are different. They both bring something to the table. And Wilson, we were having this conversation earlier, Wilson is an incredible athlete, so I think a transition from him from catching to whatever he's going to do, if it's first, if it's DH, if it's somewhere in the outfield. I think he's a incredible athlete, and he has a really good work ethic. So I think that'll be, will there be some probably bumps in the road that people will probably panic on? Of course, but what you gonna do? Like, he does something and everyone freaks out. I'm like, give him a break, for just give him a chance. But going back to Pedro and Yvonne, I enjoyed getting to know both of them last year. Enjoyed throwing to both of them. So yeah, I think there's definitely room for growth with them as well.
Your off season's been normal for you, like physically and all that stuff?
Yeah, it's been normal.
Where did you watch the Vanderbilt? Did you watch the Vanderbilt versus Alabama football game? And if so,
I did not watch it, but it was, I think it was like the third quarter, and everyone was talking about it, and I hadn't watched it, so it was kind of like, well, can't turn it on now, kind of one of those things, you know? So we followed it, and then watched the goalpost and all that, and that was fun.
Something, was something about this place, was there a memory that stuck with you from last year that's different here, that drew you back here, that made you want to stay?
I guess the main reason is that it's really hard to develop relationships with people over the course of just like one season. And yes, you can develop relationships with people and you can learn from people. I just didn't want to, but doing it for the second year, I've been a lot of places now, and the first year is always, it has been good, and then the second year, you already have relationships established, and they know me, and I know them, and it's just easier the second year to already have a mutual understanding and a mutual respect for everyone involved. So you just kind of know that, and then you allow the relationships to grow and kind of blossom a little bit easier. I didn't want to start that over. I just wanted to give it another shot and see where it goes.
All right, we're going to get Sonny out to the autographs across the way, so thank you.
All right,
for your
sweet.
time.
Thank y'all.
What do you get to Florida?
11.
Welcome back. Mr.